Greetings, this is NobleKale for NobleKale.com. I've got here a game for the Apple IIgs. It's called Skyfox, and it's a flight simulator. And it was one of the very first ones that I ever played. So it's very, very near and dear to me. Now, and it also has one of the most badass title screens of the time. So I haven't played this one in a long while. I did just give it sort of a couple of rounds of checking out, and basically what happens is that it is divided into two different sections. You have tank and you have planes, or you have both, and you actually have installations that you have to defend and all sorts of other stuff. There's no way in hell that I can even compete on any of those kinds of levels. I'm only going to show you the tank training, just because the main thing being that it's got sort of a meta level behind it as far as mission planning and all that sort of stuff that I don't quite remember. So we're going to stick with what I do remember, and that's blowing up tanks. Okay, so it comes up with, you actually have a mission control computer, tactical display. It's got a load of features that I don't remember in it. So anyway, this is your tactical map. This, as it comes up with, this is your base. So base and enemies, and then it comes up with how many enemies are in each location. So total number of tanks is 15. There are 5 in each of these orange squares. And then you can autopilot. You'll actually launch out to those areas, whichever one you choose. So let's hit A for autopilot. Okay, so let's talk about the cockpit. Electronic Arts logo up the top. Coordinates, and I believe it's your current coordinates versus where you want to go. Mission timer, I think. And I'm pretty sure that these numbers here and here are about how many of each type of missile you've got. There's heat-seeking and guided. I know how to swap between the two. I don't necessarily know how to trigger the actual firing. I've done it before in the 5 seconds of play before this video, but I couldn't consistently get it to fire. And then you've got things like altitude and speed, and I think this would be shields or something similar. You've also got a mission computer, which I can't trigger at the moment. So let's go through the launch slingshot, which is one of the most spectacular scenes for 2GS. As a kid, this used to blow me away every single time. Right, building up. Boom, how's that? For the time, that was phenomenal. I'm under fire like straight away. It pulls open the mission control. That's the tactical computer. And you'll notice I have down the bottom this radar, which I will change the status of because I'm only going against tanks. Oh, coming under fire. So you can actually control the speed of the plane with the secondary mouse button, or the numbers 1 to 9. So it actually has quite a fair range of control there. I'm going to pick off this one tank, but I'll fly up close to it so you can see it. So I hope you saw it, because I'm not going to do that again. And it's really funny in that all the details are sort of crammed into this one game. There's only one thing that I can really sort of pick up on, which is that the explosions of the enemy's tanks are absolutely horrible. You probably saw a bit of a flash of blue and some square blockiness around the orange explosions, just like that. The way in which the tanks are drawn in and the explosions are drawn on top of them is just horrible. The rest of the game, though, is so gorgeous, so I don't quite understand why there is that sort of graphical problem. Who knows? It just seems odd that the rest of the game is so fantastic when I got killed. I actually got destroyed. There you go. I'm going to go pick off those individual tanks. So I managed to kill quite a fair few. There were 15 and now there's only 8. So I'm going to autopilot over there. You can actually bring up this tactical map while you're in flight. I mean, you saw me bring up the map by accident. Okay, so I'm in air. I bring out the map. So this is available to you while you're actually flying. And you can sort of see where the enemy placements are. And also escape for the different help sections. And that actually tells you all the plane controls. So that was really useful. A for autopilot. C for computer. You can change the radar down here. It's just pretty nicely packaged up. The only thing that it doesn't have for me, which I really need, is get me the hell out of this mission and get me back to the main menu. Also, it's not really letting me... yeah, there we go. I was about to say, it's not letting me get rid of this help menu. So I'm just going to autopilot straight over there. Alright, here we go. Good. One of the interesting things is there's no reason not to just use autopilot to sort of fly up to the next target. Ooh, that's a big clump of them. Okay. That's it. 1311, that should be my own base. So it's actually just dropped me down. And you'll see that more enemies have spawned. So now we're back up to 20. Anyway, so that's pretty much the training mission for the for Skyfox, for the tanks. I'm actually going to cut the video here and I'll restart and I will drop us into a Sky mission. So hold on. Okay, so I've rebooted and I've come back in on the Sky mission. And the reason I had to do that was that, as far as I know, there's no actual way to get out of a mission or anything else like that. So this kind of goes back to the Apple IIgs mentality of just restart it. And there was never any kind of back button, no quit button. Well, there were quit, you know, menu options and all that kind of stuff, but they were pretty useless. It was mostly a case of just restart it. It doesn't surprise me if people are going to message me and say, the power button broke on my 2GS because I was always turning it off and then on again. Yeah. Okay, so let's go out there and kick some planes. I think it's only producing one of them at a time for me, so let's go. So there's controls-wise, there's no difference between the plane maps and the oh, there it is there. There we go. And that's it. Typically you only ever got to see sort of the back end of the plane. I don't even think there's a front. There's a sprite for the front of it. Okay, maybe if I sort of loop out and around, we might see it from... No, you only ever see it from the back. But it's shooting at me. Ah. Done. Alright. Yeah, because I'm on this sort of training mission, it's only going to give me the one plane. Anyway, so that was Skyfox for the 2GS. It's a... When you actually do sort of the more advanced missions, I do recall that they take quite a lot of time. And there are mixed missions where you go sort of high and low. I can't remember how you swap between them, but I believe it would probably be through this sort of tactical display and autopilot and all this sort of stuff. One of the funny things that's worth noticing is that I'm pretty sure that these are floppy drives. For the very large, very, very floppy drives, floppy disks. So there's just a little throwback there for you. Anyway, so this was NobleKale for NobleKale.com, having a look at Skyfox for the Apple IIgs. Thanks for watching. I will see you at the next video. Bye.